Thank you. I just saw that I touched the microphone, but it didn't go off. Thank you very kindly. Okay. Good morning. Welcome to your yoga class. Today, the topic of the class, the thought that came to me in my practice this morning was strength. Yesterday, we talked about stability and creating stability in the body and the mind and our whole self. And today I want to talk about creating a strong body to be able to withhold and withstand and walk through the world with a lot of equanimity and strength, letting us focus on our karma, our duty, our sacred righteous duty of what we need to do in the world. So looking for strength, okay? So when I say strength, what pops into your mind? What's the first thing that pops into your personal mind? Letting your eyes close gently and just ponder that thought for a moment. Just pondering strength, strength of body, strength of mind. What does a strong self look like to you? And with that thought held firmly in your mind, bringing your hands into the heart, Anjali Mudra. Finding your seat to be soft, sukham, easy. Your bottom is heavy, your legs are heavy, your feet are heavy, and out of that heavy, solid base, the spine rises up toward the sky. Your chin can bow a little bit as we come into this prayer for a moment. With gratitude, we salute all the great yoga masters, past and present. Take a moment and take a special prayer for all of the teachers who've been in your path. Sometimes it's a yoga teacher, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's your spouse or your children. Just take a moment and be grateful for teachers. With joy, we recognize the excellent wisdom teachings of yoga. What have you found to be wise about the studies that we're doing with the body, the mind, the breath? Where do you find wisdom? And with vigor, we dedicate ourselves to self-transforming practice. First, the realization that the only one who can transform us is ourself. And thinking what area you might want to work on for transformation. And then an intention, form that thought into an intention. Your transformation into an intention. And then an offering. To whom or to what would you like to offer your practice this morning? And then we'll chant one Om together, representing the beginning and the end, the universe coming into creation and staying and leaving and coming beyond space and time. Exhaling the breath out and inhaling to chant. And then on your next inhale, letting your eyes flutter open. Interlace your fingers for a moment. Let's make some figure eights with the wrist. And then other direction. Good, and then press the arms away. And then take the palms out to the side, but with the arms staying like they are. So the fingers are coming out and stroking. Keep the fingers really big. Keep the fingers pointing toward me. Roll your shoulder blades back and down. And starting with the hands, so pronating and supinating with our arms like this. So it's going to feel different. Press into the ball of the hand. So the whole part of the hand, especially the base of the hand. And then begin to rotate the hand until the base of the hand is facing me and the fingers are facing away. Good. Continue as far as you can until the fingers are touching toward the floor. Good. Come back slowly. And then let the fingers go toward the floor in that direction. Just checking on the flexibility of your shoulders. No judging. Come back, fingers front and center. Fingers up. Fingers back. Fingers down. Good. And maybe your arms are getting a little tired. Make sure you don't have your shoulders up. Make sure they're down and relaxed. Good. And we're going to go back one more time. Fingers back. Fingers up, fingers forward, fingers down. Good. And then bring the hands back slowly. Change the interlace. Go to the weird one that you didn't like. Press the fingers away. And then roll your shoulders back and down. Lower the hands toward the floor. And then palms up and relax your shoulders for a moment. Just notice if you feel it in your triceps or where you may feel any of that action we just did. Good. And we're going to work on Gomukhasana for a minute, cow pose. And I want you to have a strap or a blanket or something that you can hold on to if you possibly can. And just go ahead and drape it over your left shoulder. Okay. A belt would be good if you had a belt or a strap or a tie. Okay, so slowly you're going to raise up the left arm. And I want us to be really sure we understand the rotations on these arms are completely different. Okay, so right now my palm is facing away and that won't work. I'm going to face the palm till the little finger is facing me. So palm is facing the midline of the body, little finger is facing me. Good. Okay, so for just a moment, take that shoulder and lift up and in, and then take the shoulder blade and set it down. So notice the difference. Lift up, and then take the shoulder blade and set it down. I want it down, okay? So then slowly begin to bend the elbow, and just notice where that arm is. Give a few strokes to the triceps. Just a few strokes to the triceps. Good. And just leave that arm there. Drape your hand on your back, touching your rhomboids, touching your traps. Good. An ant is crawling up my arm. I can feel it. Good. And then come out with the other arm, palm facing the floor. So this arm is going to go into internal rotation. Our top arm is an external rotation. So we're going to turn the arm over now until the palm is facing up toward the ceiling and my shoulder is open. Taking that arm back. And I'm going to see if I have hands to hold on to. And if not, I'm going to hold on to that scarf or strap or block or anything that I put back there. Tie, anything. The elbows are reaching away. Make sure you didn't trap your neck. Move your head freely. Make sure nothing is trapped. So from behind, you're either holding your hands or holding a strap. Okay? Whichever is accessible to you. And again, make sure you don't trap your head, your neck. The upper shoulder blade is reaching down. Both shoulder blades are even in the back and just the arms are coming up. Breathe, find your breath. Better to keep it in the chest, in the low chest and out of the belly because you need this core strength to help you with this. Good, breathing. And then on your next inhale, you're going to release the arms up overhead. Good, just reach them up, let the shoulder blades come off the back and up and out, good. And then arms coming all the way down. Touch your fingertips into the floor, press into the floor for just a minute, and then rest your arms. Good, and then let's start with the other side. So go ahead and take out your right arm. And you can go from here and flip it so the little finger is facing me and the arm is rotated from the shoulder joint. Shoulder is down, shoulder blade is down. So if you've got it up, take it down. And then tuck the arm in. Good. Just leave it there for a moment and see if it enters spine. Make sure your neck is not trapped. Good. And then bend the elbow and just drape the hand wherever it goes. Great. And then sweep out the other arm. So it's going to go into the opposite rotation. Thumb is initially toward me. Then you're going to turn until the thumb is headed to the back behind you. And then roll it back, bend the elbow, and just see if you have anything to hold on to. Sorry, you had to have switched your strap. So if you didn't do it, this is my tight wrist, tight shoulder, tight everything. So I'm just going to pull into the belt. So from behind this side. So wherever you are is perfect. And I had a frozen shoulder, so one side is quite a bit different than the other, as you can see, and I'm working with them still. Good, breathing, find your breath, keep it into your low chest. Belly to spine, keep that firm belly. Strengthen your low back with your firm belly. And then on your next inhale, both arms up overhead. Release the strap, release anything, both arms up overhead. Good. Touch the fingertips for a moment. And then bend the thumbs until they touch the back. And then bring them up a little. Almost to straighten, don't quite straighten. Take them back. Thumbs to touch. And lift them up, almost to straighten. Don't drop them. Take them back with a lot of control, as if you were moving slowly through molasses, thick molasses. And up. One more time. Down, press into the palms, press, press. Don't let your elbows splay out too far. And come up. Good. And then open the arms out to the side. Relax your shoulders down, shoulder blades down. Good. And then just bend your arms, bend your elbows, put your hands on your legs. Good. And just rest for a moment. Rest your shoulders. So we're going to do a little twist here. We're going to twist out to the left. Just a little bit of a twist. Keep your shoulders. Keep looking out over your right shoulder instead of your left. So you're sure the twist is happening in your chest and not just with your head or neck. Keep your head front and center and twist to the other side. Good. So now your head is over your left shoulder. Good. And back to the other side. Keep looking toward me. And other side. And front and center. Great. Okay, let's come into our table pose. You want something underneath your knees. This is the time to do that. Maybe a blanket. Maybe double up your yoga mat right underneath your knees. So yesterday we talked about the stability. So remembering the stability, placing your wrist under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Okay. And today we're going to talk about strength, creating strength in the arms and the legs and the core of the body. So gazing at the floor for just a moment. Good, so a nice long line of energy with your body. Notice your tailbone and follow it all the way up the spine to the crown of the head. All of your natural curves. We're going to do cow, cat, or cow. So as you begin to exhale, push the breath out, push against the floor with the arms, curl the belly in. Look back at your belly button and slowly inhale. Come in the opposite direction. Don't relax your shoulders. Keep your shoulders broad. And other direction. And look forward. And other direction. Don't sink into your shoulders. This is to work the spine. Shoulders are stable, creating a hammock for the spine, the hips and the shoulders. Good. And then let's go down to our forearms. Initially, just make some fists and put the sides of your fist on the floor with the thumbs up. And keep that position for a moment. Thumbs pointing up, sides of the fist on the floor. We're going to do cat pose from here for a moment. Press the tops of the feet into the floor, point your toes. So trying to get the ankles as close to the floor as you can. All the toes pressing into the floor. Ankles probably won't touch, but keep with that intention of pressing. And then we're going to exhale, curl, take the ears somewhere close to the shoulders, maybe between them. And inhale, look forward, look out past the body. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Look forward. Now open your hands until the pinky fingers only are on the floor. Curl in your thumbs and wrap your hands around your thumbs. Adil Mudra. Just wrapping your fingers around your thumbs. Still pressing in, sides of the hand. And again, exhale, curl. Inhale, gaze forward. See if this mudra makes any difference in the smoothness of your breath. Follow your breath. Two more. Last one. Good. And then open your hands and place the hands firmly on the floor. Splayed out fingers, creating as much of a right angle as you can between your thumbs. Walk your feet and legs back and place yourself firmly on the floor in Sphinx pose. Roll out your feet. So now feet are rolled out. I'm just going to move them so you can see the toes are pointed, especially the little toe side is on the floor. Good. Press into the forearms so you're not slumping in the shoulders at all. Your neck isn't compromised. Pressing in, the neck is long, chin parallel to the floor. Pressing into the forearms, big hands and fingers. Be active. We're creating strength. And then curl the toes under. Try to get the toes as under as you can, getting into the ball of the foot. Take a nice inhale, and as you exhale, lift off. Inhale, release. Keep the toes curled under. Exhale, lift. Inhale, release. Don't go too far up. Keep a long line of energy, heels to the shoulders, and release. 3 more. Exhale. Release. Exhale. Release. Exhale. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release. Good. Wing your arms out to the side. Let rib by rib start to head to the floor. Sweep your arms behind you, rest your body on one cheek, rest your head on one cheek, looking to one side. Letting your shoulders melt into the floor, pelvis melting into the floor. Big toes can touch, heels can rock out to either side. Switch your head to the other side. Again, melt your shoulders, melt your pelvic basket, melt your feet. Good, and then bring your chin or forehead to touch, chin or forehead to touch. Draw the hands underneath the shoulders. Glue your elbows back by your ribs. Don't let your elbows come off of the ribs. Begin to gaze forward. Push a little bit into the hands. It's very low cobra. Big toe knuckles are touching, but the heels are toward the ceiling. Now your legs are very engaged. Tops of the feet engaged, especially the little toe side. Good. Knees have lifted. Thighs are engaged. Belly is engaged. Pull in your belly. Pull it away from the floor. Stabilize your back. Good. And then exhale, lower. Chin or forehead to touch. Inhale, come up. You can always lose your hands. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Don't go further than you can go with no hands. Inhale, up. As far as you can go with no hands. Good. And then come back into Sphinx. Walk the elbow underneath the shoulder. Relax the belly for just a moment. Big toes to touch, heels rocked out to either side. Good. Soften in the quadratus lumborum, that muscle, that whole, the square kind of muscle that's from the side of your ribs, from the bottom of your low ribs down to your pelvic basket. It connects those two. Good. Just breathing. You can take a couple belly breaths until we have to re-engage the belly. Good. And then we are going to re-engage the belly. So we're going to go to mountain pose on our forearms, downward facing dog on our forearms. Babaji calls it mountain. That's an inversion. So if you're not inverting, if you're on your first 3 days of your cycle, and if you're on your first 3 days of the cycle, you probably want to do something else completely. But if you have glaucoma or eye pressure problems or uncontrolled blood pressure, you don't want to invert. So you're going to do the same thing we did. You're going to curl your toes under, and you're going to exhale and come up to plank, looking forward and lowering again. So you're going to do the same thing. The rest of us are going to do an inversion because mountain is a half inversion. So my toes are curled under. Good. Take a nice inhale. Pull the belly onto the spine on your exhale. Good. Inhale, come up. And then walk yourself until you find your mountain pose. Just finding your mountain. Good. And then looking forward between your hands and one arm at a time, come up, press back into your mountain. Look forward and one arm at a time. Go back down into Sphinx with mountain. Again, press up and come down 3 times. Press up, come down. We're going to go up and stay up for a breath or two. Just coming up into mountain. You can readjust. You can take your arms a little broader if that feels better. Bend your knees. Get a long line of energy from your middle fingers to your sit bones. Knees can be bent. Good, and then look at the space between your hands. Shift over into plank. Pull the belly into the spine. Let's count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Shift back to mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Begin to look forward, come forward, back into plank, and then just walk your feet forward. Bring your hands back. Hasta Padasana, hand to foot pose. Relaxing, your knees can be bent, forward bending. Good, and then let's bring our hands to above the knees. Again, glue the elbows back by your ribs. Don't let them come back. Pull your shoulder blades up towards your hips. Begin to gaze forward until you find a long spine. And then on your next exhale, all the way up. Good. And we're going to open ourselves nice and wide. Great. So feeling yourself strong in the body. Root down through your feet, lift your toes. Good, really lift the toes. Toes are lifted, stay lifted. Bring your hands to your waist. Good. And then I want you to take the whole trunk with you. The waist doesn't bend, just the hips as you poke your tailbone out behind you and come over. Make sure you didn't take it way past your heels. Bring it back in alignment with your heels. Pelvic basket in alignment, looking forward. Good, breathe. So you're at a right angle with your body and you're parallel to the floor with your upper body. Breathe. And then on your next exhale, press up. Good. Externally rotate the left leg. Find your right shoulder. Just put your left hand on your right shoulder and your right hand on your right groin. Okay? I want you to see that this is the relationship that has the weight of this body. All of your right side is going to keep this weight here. So root down. You may need to kick your right heel out a little bit. Root down, lift up the toes of the right foot. You can lift them both if you'd like. Centering the whole weight on the foot, not dumping into the toes. So keeping your groin open and keeping your shoulders strong. Begin to bend the left knee, but keep the weight in the right side of the body until you bring your knee over the ankle, not past, and back. Slow-mo, super slow. Bend. Don't take it past. Come back up. Notice that your groin stays open the whole time and the weight stays in the right side of the body, not letting it dump into that left knee. And back. And this time we're going to go and stay for a moment. But keep all of the weight right where it is. Build strength. Roll into the outside of the right foot. And then spread your arms. Good. Open your shoulders. Zip up some tight jeans. Gazing out over your left hand. Draw your right arm back a little bit as if you were tensing a bow. And then slowly, we're going to flip the palms toward the ceiling. Raise the arms up as we straighten the legs. Slowly, keep pressing through the right foot, right leg, right body. Come all the way up. Hands to the heart. And then unrotate the left side. Go ahead and kick your left heel out that little bit you're going to need. And then externally rotate the right leg. Good. And this time putting your hands on the left groin, left shoulder. Lift up the left toes. Right toes can come up too. It'll make you stay stable on the feet. So notice that this side is the strong side. The other side, you're always pulling back here to not be able to dump into that knee, okay? So take a nice inhale. Well, first let's exhale and root. Inhale, rise up. Belly to spine. Good. Inhale, one more rise. Keep the hand at the groin so you can see that that's staying strong. Exhale, again, slow-mo. Don't go past the knee not past the ankle, and coming back up. Really slow. Exhale. Keep the weight in the left side of the body. Inhale. Exhale. You need to adjust your front leg, do so if you need to. Exhale. Slow, slow. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Let's stay. Open the arms up. Face the palms toward the ceiling. Go ahead and draw your left arm back a little more as if you were stringing a bow. Flip the palms. Good. And gazing out over your right hand. Breathing. Lift the toes of both feet and drape them down slowly. Notice how your left side has the weight. And then on your next inhale, arms floating up overhead as we begin to straighten the knee, bringing the gaze back, front and center. Good. Hands to the heart. And then unrotate the leg. Good. And then just relax your shoulders. Good. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Well, I had to go back a little. So wherever you find knees over your ankles, coming into goddess pose. So find out what you're doing with your pelvic basket here. Keep control. Don't just drop all of that weight into that pelvic basket. Keep control. Good. And then just place your hands where your hands are right before your knees. Your neck can disappear for a little bit. You're going to look out over your left shoulder. And inhale, come back. Exhale, belly to spine. Look out over the right shoulder. Inhale, come back. Left shoulder. Inhale, come back. Right shoulder. Inhale, come back. Left shoulder. Inhale, come back. Last one. Right shoulder. Inhale, come back. Release your arms. Goddess arms. And then come up slowly. Release your arms totally. And heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, till you find your Tadasana. Close your eyes for a moment and take a standing Shavasana. Standing corpse pose. Remind me to tell you the story of the skeleton, and not in the closet, but in my restaurant. Talk about standing corpse. Relax your bottom. Relax your pelvic basket, your shoulders, your jaw. Relax, relax, relax. And then on your next inhale, letting your eyes flutter open. Good. So we're going to come down to the floor. So come down any way you want. Coming through a squat is always my best way because I love squatting and it's so good for us. Helping our Apana Vayu, which for all of us gets often reversed, especially in times of stress and tension. So it helps it to go back to its abode. So it helps us with our bowel movements, our menstruation, for guys, ejaculation. It helps with all of those things that go out and down, out of the body, out. Good. So we're going to do one more strength building exercise, yogi bicycle, okay? So slowly, just placing your hands back behind. Let's go into a reverse table for a minute just to show a little strength there. Your hands can be facing forward. They can also be facing back, whatever's most comfortable for you. For me, it's with this rotation, okay? Good. And then creeping your feet forward a little bit because when you come up, you want your knees over your ankles. So just lean back and then push yourself up. Looking at your belly button, Nabi Darshan, just looking at your belly button. Press into the floor, press into the floor. Good. Keep looking at your belly button, looking at your knees. Don't let your legs and knees splay out to the side. Keep them hip distance apart. And then on your next exhale, with control, lower your bottom to the floor, somewhere back close to your hands. Good. And then we're going to lay down slowly. But before you lie down, just watch, okay? So that you're doing this easily. I think I'll show you this direction. So in the bicycle, this is my relaxed pose right here. Both of my legs are in. And I'm feeling relaxed. And I'm taking a little inhale and a little relax between every time I have to exhale and use force. So this is super important, this little respite between the exhales. With the exhale, I'm going to go ahead and take my right elbow to my left knee and extend the right foot along the ground, but not to touch. And then inhale back and rest. Exhale, left leg extends, left elbow to right knee, and inhale, back. Good, and then opposite side, but every single time we're coming back and resting with our inhale, and then we exhale and use the force again, okay? So lie down, let's join me. We're gonna do 14 or 7 sets, okay? Good, so your knees are softly bent, your elbows are on the floor, your hands and arms are behind your neck. Look up at the ceiling and take a breath or two. Just relax for a moment. Good. And then take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, right leg extends, hovers on the floor, right elbow to left knee, and inhale, come back. Rest. Left leg extends, left elbow to right knee, hover the leg, don't touch, and inhale, back. Exhale, right. Inhale, back. Exhale, left. Inhale, back. Exhale, right. Inhale, back. Exhale, left extends, left elbow to right knee. Inhale, back. Exhale, right leg extends, push through the heel. Inhale, back. Exhale, push. Inhale, back. Right leg extends, right elbow, left knee. Inhale, back. Left leg extends, left elbow to right knee. Inhale, back. Oh my goodness, I lost count. We're going to do another set. And back. And extend the left. And back. And let's just see if we can do one more bonus set. Press. And back. And press through the left heel. And back. Good, rest, keep your knees where they are. Don't move, don't extend, don't press, don't pull, just be. And then listen carefully to not strain your neck and put pressure on your carotid artery, pretty please. You're gonna take your legs up to the ceiling, point your toes, and then flex your feet, toes back towards you. Press through your heels. Bring your hands into Namaskar at the heart, prayer pose. Thumbs are touching your chest. And then open your legs just wide enough that you have control. Don't let your legs just splay open with no control. Keep control, keep pressing through the heels. This is our inhale position. And our exhale, we're going to curl up and reach our arms through the legs. And inhale back. We're just going to do 5. Exhale, push. Inhale, return. Exhale, push. Inhale, return. Exhale, push, push, and return. Last one. Exhale, push through, and inhale, return. Take your hands out to either side of your legs. Help the legs together. Let your big toe knuckles touch. Bend your knees. Put your feet on the floor. And just be for a moment. Relax your shoulders into the floor. You have your lumbar curve. Don't press it down. Just find a little bit of your lumbar curve. Good. And then just place your arms and hands down alongside your body. Press into your right palm, right forearm, right upper arm, right shoulder, left upper arm, and left forearm, and left hand. So you've created a horseshoe with your arms. So if you can invert, and if you cannot invert, continue to do this and just lift your legs. If you can invert, you're going to come up into a bridge press into the arms and the shoulders, and exhale lower. 5 times, just coming up. Press into the feet, lift the body, and exhale lower. 3 more. Come up and lower. Those of you who are just lifting your legs, you can keep the legs lifted and just count. And lower. One more time. Come up. This time stay up. And those of you who have your legs up, begin to scissor your legs. Bringing one leg down to touch the floor almost. Let it hover. And then the other leg. Scissor slowly. We are here. Pressing into the floor with your shoulders. Begin to roll your shoulders underneath your body. Continue to press into the whole horseshoe. Not letting the horseshoe go. Not interlacing your fingers. Pressing the fingers into the floor. Pressing your forearms, your upper arms, your shoulders. Take a little glance at the wall back behind you. Get some space in your cervical spine. Breathe. Look at your belly. And then on your next exhale, bring your bottom to the floor. Relax and release your shoulders. And find your Shavasana. Don't feel trapped by your mat. Find yourself as a little starfish, just keeping the hands below the heart. Finding your body softening to the floor, surrender. Letting all of that strength turn into ease. Relaxing your shoulders, your jaw, the backs of the arms, the hands. Relaxing your neck and your trunk, your pelvic basket, both legs, fully relaxing, surrendering to the floor. Beginning to notice the breath in the body. Finding it in your belly or your chest. And letting it expand a little. As the breath begins to expand in the body, Beginning to move the face, wiggle the ears, the nose, the mouth, roll your eyes, squinch them, bring them back. Beginning to swim the fingers and the toes. And then bend your knees and put your feet on the floor. Shift your hips up, over to one side, and drop your knees to the other. Begin to press the floor away and spiral up. Take your time into a comfortable seat. Chin and chest. Chin is the last thing that peels off the chest. Slowly coming up. Finding yourself seated in a comfortable position. Just letting the asana do their work on the body, on the mind. Notice how the body feels. Noticing the softness of the mind. And then on your next exhale, letting your eyes gently flutter open. Good. Soft, stable seat, wherever your seat is stable. If you need something underneath your knees, put a block or a book or something there so that the groin muscles are not yelling for being stretched and overstretched. So the breath has 4 parts. It has an inhale, rechaka, a hold, a slight hold, kumbhaka, an exhale, exhale is rechaka, puraka is the inhale. Puraka, kumbhaka, rechaka, kumbhaka, okay? So it has the in breath, the slight hold, the out breath, the hold, the in breath, the hold, the out breath, the hold. And our goal with our pranayama practice is to prepare our body to be in those spaces of no breath, of those holds, of those kumbhakas, okay? So today we're going to do a very gentle practice with hold, very, very gentle. No locks, no anything, but we are going to do a mudra. And it's the mudra that we did during our asana practice called Adi mudra. So you're going to take your thumbs and fold them in and put your other fingers, wrap them around your thumbs and just rest them. The fists can touch each other in your lap if you like, or be on your legs. It's a little more powerful if the knuckles touch, but finding what's possible for you. Your arms may be a different length. That's perfect, that's fine. So just do what's good for you. So the breath itself, we're going to take an inhale to a count of 4. We're going to hold for 3. We're going to exhale for a count of 6, and we're going to hold the breath out for 3. Okay? So we'll inhale. It's a chest breath. Belly stays relatively stable. So we're going to inhale with 3. Inhale with 4. Hold 3. Exhale 6. Hold 3. So I will count it for you. All right? So nice tall spine. Starting with an exhale. Exhaling the breath all the way out. Keep the belly into the spine. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3. X, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. X, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. One more. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. Relax the control. Keep the mudra for a little longer. No controlling the breath, just see where it leads you. And then relax the mudra, open your hands into receiving, backs of the hands on the legs. Breathe. Notice if your breath feels more plentiful. Just noticing the breath. Noticing if the diaphragm feels softer, gentler, more able to receive the inhale. Paying attention to the quality as well as the quantity of the breath. And then very gently, bringing the index finger and the thumb to touch in Jnani Mudra, the mudra of wisdom, Sabiduria. Spine is tall. Breath is soft and shallow, just enough to sustain. As we move into our meditation on strength. Beginning to imagine, if you can, your skeleton. The bones in the body. And imagine the bones made of titanium. Just imagine for a moment, steel, strong bones, strong bones, flexible, strong, beautiful articulation with the other bones. No broken cartilage, everything strong. Wrapping muscles around, tendons going across the joint, connecting to the next bone. Ligaments connecting bone to bone. Fascia, the connective tissue, running through the body is a highway of communication. Strong physical body. The organs beating inside of your trunk with the heart. Even the digestion following the rhythm of the heart. Everything following the rhythm of the heart. Can you feel your heart beat? Imagine yourself seated as you are right now, strong, solid, and then beginning to imagine the body again as bone, live bone, but remembering the qualities of the steel, of the titanium, strength, atomic strength, inside out strength, outside in strength. Letting your own body bring in those qualities. The bones are living, breathing, growing, molding all of our life. You are the body. You are the mind. You are the seven dhatus, the tissues of the body. And yet, this body will go. So for just a moment, pondering the impermanence of the body and the permanence, the immortality of your soul. Where true strength resides. Releasing our meditation, releasing the mudra, bringing our hands into the heart, Anjali mudra. Any merit we may have earned this morning, we lift it up to the welfare of all sentient beings. Remembering your intention, your sankalpa, repeating it 3 times to yourself. Remembering your offering. Symbolically letting those thoughts come out of your mind, down into your heart, and out of your heart into the palms of your hands, and then lift them up and release them out into the universe. Just letting go. Bringing the hands back into the heart. Hari Om Tat Sat. Namaste. I'm coming to you. I'll be right there for our discussion. Okay, I'm sorry we got started this morning with no sound, but remedied it. Thank you. You know how I knew? Because I saw the chat and I thought most of those people know I can't respond because it's just me. So I said, I could see Alfredo, and I said, Alfredo, if you can hear me, would you go like this? And there was nothing from Alfredo, and I thought, okay, there's no volume. So that was great. Thank you for when that little light goes off again, I'll know at the beginning of class that something is amiss, something is out of whack. Great. So how is everyone on this beautiful Saturday morning? Of course, for us, it's the land of eternal spring down here. So we're really fortunate that it's another beautiful day in paradise. Everyone else, como amanecieron? I see we have lots of Spanish speakers. Everybody good? Great. So you can talk if you want. Let's see. Yes, thanks. I'm so glad somebody said that. So how was strength for you? Did you start to feel yourself strong or stronger?
Ginger.
Yes.
I want to ask, the pranayama that we did, is that what you call an empty bowl meditation?
No.
I hear about that.
I don't know that it's called anything, Carla, to be absolutely honest. It's just a really easy breath with retention without holding any locks, right? So it's what we call a Raj pranayam. It's the royal pranayam because it has these holes in it, but I don't really know empty bowl meditation. I think that's a Buddhist meditation, which is, I've heard, really beautiful, but I don't know it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and this was just a meditation really focusing on the space in between the breath. I mean, the pranayama focuses really on starting to build that space between the breath. But for most of us, we learn to do the retentions, the kumbhakas, with locks, right? But locks are something a little bit more advanced, and I didn't really want to have to mess with starting to hold a whole training on the locks. But yeah, we often will hold the breath in or out, applying the 3 locks.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Carla. Anybody else, any comments on how can we foster wisdom from these yoga, asana, and breathing exercises? I think they just happen on a cellular level. I don't think there's any really, I think it fosters you. I think the more that you practice, the more you realize that there's some connection to a bigger matrix, and that matrix and that realization is what fosters wisdom, right? Just when you start to practice asana and you start to have these changes in your body, which result in changes in your mind, things that used to hook you, things that people used to say, they don't bother you anymore. It just like you can hear them and it's like, okay, well, whatever, just all of these things just start to roll off your back. And that's where you begin to realize there's something beyond this physical practice that we're doing together. It's beyond the asana, it's beyond the pranayama, it's that other limb called samadhi, right? When you come into that transcendental state of being with that oneness, where you realize that we really are one, that we are all a reflection of each other, that there is no difference. We just have these physical bodies, but we are the exact same matrix. We're all in it. That's why The Matrix is one of my favorite movies, except for all the violence, but I just ignore it now. I can watch all kinds of movies, my children tell me, and there's violence on the screen, but I just watch that part with my eyes closed, and then they'll elbow me and I know it's over, and I watch the rest. So I can watch very violent movies and never see a thing, which is kind of silly, you know. Like somebody will go, oh, how did you watch it? That was so violent. And I'm like, well, I closed my eyes. I didn't see it at all. But you know, like when you start really getting into the Yoga Sutras and you start to read some of the text about it, I think it just comes out. I think if you really read and study, you don't have to do anything. I think it fosters its own being in us. I think these different realizations come about in the body. And I think that's why we keep practicing. And sometimes those of us that have ever done it and then come back to it and done it and come back to it and go, why did I ever stop for a moment? You know, because it's like so amazing the way that our whole body mind complex reacts to it, you know, reacts to the practices. We feel stronger. My son, when he was little, one of them, I tried the first couple years of their life. They did yoga with me because they didn't know that not everybody did that every morning in their lifetime. So I kind of had a captive audience there, you know, at Mount Madonna. And then when they started spending the night at other people's houses, they started realizing that doesn't happen here, because I told them that that happened at Mount Madonna, that everybody got up in the morning and did their practice, right? So when we were our first 2 years down in the garden house, they thought that was true. And then when they realized that they didn't, and they refused and they stayed in bed and everything, one of my sons said to me, I'm going to get up tomorrow and do it because I feel so much better when I do it. He was 8, right? So did he do it the next morning? Absolutely not. Stayed in bed and was a kid, you know. But my kids had the benefit of studying directly with Babaji. They did the power pranayama practices with him for 3 or 4 years, and then he had Jai Raj and other students take over and work with the kids. And he taught them staff, you know, twirling the big staff to use as a weapon. It's martial art in India. So they were both really lucky that they got to study with him. But he said one day they might come back to yoga, but I'm not going to hold my breath on it. You know, there's some kids, like last night I saw Dr. Lad. I'm attending the NAMA conference, and Dr. Lad was there, and he was talking about his son, who he was talking about how beautiful his puja is, his ceremony that he does every night, and he does arati. They each do their pujas, their little ceremonies, and then they come together and then do arati, the waving of light, the light being the representative of Ishvara, or God, or, you know, the highest light of consciousness. And he was just talking about how beautiful his son's puja was. And I was thinking, you know, each person has their own path, and some people get families that really help them cultivate their path, and other people get families and they go opposite what those families are doing to cultivate their path, right? That we are so strange the way that we pick. In Ayurveda, we pick our families, we pick everything, you know, we just pick this. In our being of Purush, we pick these lifetimes that are going to give us lessons. It's all about Bhoga and Apavadaga. It's all about experience and then liberation from the experience, and then experience and then liberation from the experience. So we're all looking for liberation, but we decided to take these physical bodies to do it, right? We need these bodies. So trying to build that strength in these bodies so that we really can utilize them for our own benefit, you know, trying to make sure that we're happy and healthy and strong and able to do what we need to do in our practice, you know. Any other questions about anything today?
I have one question.
Yes, Carla.
A few days ago, somebody asked you, what did you say before our ending the class, before Namaste?
I say Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari, like Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna. It means like praise, right? So Hari Om, And Om is, of course, the beginning and the end, and Sat is truthfulness or existence. So it's the best definition that we came up with one of my friends that did the Ayurveda program. She was a student with me, is true dat.
Okay.
True dat. Woo! Everything that just happened, true dat. Right? It's just like, wow, that was real. Yeah. Yeah. It's a beautiful word, and you say it at the end of everything. But and she's Hindi, so I thought it was her bringing it into today's language was really good. You know, true dat. Everything that just happened right now is wonderful and true and honest and good. Yeah.
In Spanish, it would be like así sea.
Así sea. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Or it could be cabal.
Or what?
Cabal.
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 Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that means like exact. Uh-huh. Exact.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay. Well, if you don't have any other questions, because I can, the pressure cooker is going, because I forgot to put on beans for Don Agapito, and he has beans for breakfast every day, and he'll think something's terribly wrong if not. So Rebecca was kind enough to come down and put the pressure cooker back on. So I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Sunday for our easy practice. So today I built the strength, because tomorrow some of you may be a little sore, and that's all good, right? It's all good to be just a little bit sore. And how were those poses for you? Was everything was easy enough to do, but you could feel that it was building strength?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. I liked it because I can't go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been trying to do strength building exercises like that. So
Good, Jean. Good. Yeah. So tomorrow we'll take it easy because it's Sunday, and Baji said you should have at least one day of easy everything. Okay.
I wanted to ask you something. You can answer the next class.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to ask you. I need to have an alternative for reverse table because my wrist cannot, and my upper arm and my wrist cannot handle that. So the next time, if we could have some alternative for that.
Well, you know that bridge prep is just enough of it to get you to pull your belly up and look at your belly so that your shoulders and arms are on the floor and you're just doing bridge prep, not full bridge, not pulling all your shoulders back and down, but just that bridge prep where you're that diagonal line. That would be a really good sub. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
All right, everyone. Beautiful to see you. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Namaste. Have a good day.
Namaste.